Last week on the Personal Growth Podcast, Dwayne and Eric discussed the 7 powerful characteristics of a truly inspirational leader. Welcome to episode 25. We're here this week with Nathan Scott Ford, comedian, writer, and cinephile. This is the PGP. The views and opinions expressed by guests of the Personal Growth Podcast do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions held by the hosts of the Personal Growth Podcast or of the producer here at the Tri-Point Studios.
Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
So, cinephile, huh?
Yeah, I love movies.
What's your favorite movie?
That is, you know what? It used to be Tombstone.
Oh, that's a good one. It's one of my favorites.
And then I saw Silverado.
Ooh.
First time seeing Silverado. I'm 40 now. Seeing it in my 40s.
Okay.
And it just blew me away. Just a great cast.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Silverado is a movie about Chevys.
Yes,
right?
Yes, it is, and you know, I'm a Ford, so like it hits me, you know, in the the old heart ticker. But
calm down, guys, for just a little second. Are you joking, or is it really a movie? Okay,
well, no,
we are joking.
Chevy, isn't it? The Chevy Silverado is a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. Yeah. Anyway,
it's a truck.
It's a truck.
Truck, car. It's on 4 wheels.
It's a truck, man. Now say a cuss word.
You're a truck.
Anyways,
but no, it's a western.
I've not seen it. Obviously,
it's got revenge. It's got gun violence. It's got a love story. It's got character development. It's Danny Glover's in it. You know,
old D
what
Gloves.
more do you want? It's just a really great western. Kazan, what's his name? The director.
Oh, Elia Kazan.
Yeah, Ilias.
Ilya.
Something.
Yeah.
Somebody knows out there. Like, it's a weird name, but he's done a bunch of other good films too. So, yeah.
I'm not familiar with names of directors at all.
Yeah.
Like Steven Spielberg that's his name, right?
Yep.
He's the only one that I'm pretty sure about.
That's one of the things about the Personal Growth Podcast is that Dwayne does not get pop culture references. Like maybe 1 out of 10 will be like, "Oh, I know that," but otherwise,
that is amazing. You know, people like that out there. It's like people going into Starbucks and not knowing about Starbucks, even though there's one on every corner. It's like, how do you not know today, 2020, not know about the process of ordering a cup of coffee at a Starbucks? It astounds me, but it makes me giddy. Like people not knowing pop culture. A comedian, Tig Notaro, has a little thing on YouTube where she doesn't know pop culture either.
Right.
And so she interviews people it's to get to know them, like to know who they are, find out who they are through the process of the interview.
Like she interviews people who are in the pop culture scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like actors, singers, and stuff like that, and she has no clue.
Huh.
But they give the show gives her clues throughout it, and then she'll either figure it out or read the card and like, oh, you're that. Oh, you won a few Emmys. Look, that's
wait.
crazy.
So like she's with them physically.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know who they are.
It's like a talk show setting.
Oh, wow.
And just has no clue. But through the interview, you get to. I mean, everybody else knows who the person is. But.
Right. Assuming that they're not like me.
right.
Like she had Tony Shalhoub on once.
Ooh, Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah. And I've read like
Tony Shalhoub. He was on Monk. He did. He was the alien who got his head blown off in Men in Black, but it grew right back.
Oh yeah, no, I know the face, but I would not.
And that I understand because he's like one of those character actors. Like, oh, he's that guy and that
he's
one
so
thing.
good. He's so good in everything.
Yeah.
Tony Shalhoub doesn't get enough credit for being just a peach of an actor.
Huh. You should give him some credit right now.
I did. I just did. Tony Shalhoub, you're amazing, and I love you. Can we be best friends?
Come on, Tony. Let's be friends.
Okay, so I think this is interestingly flowing right into kind of what we were talking about previously. Like the idea of mainstream media versus non-mainstream media, and how, like, basically the stuff that we put into our head shapes our reality. And sometimes, like, that stuff that we're putting into our heads is very intentional. Sometimes it's not so intentional. Sometimes there's, like, different influences. Like, some of the things that we were talking about the other night, I would never have gone out and, like, looked for that, you know. And even Silverado or Tombstone, I wouldn't necessarily go look for that. But so, like, somebody that I know and care about, you, is telling me information, and I'm taking that in, and it's kind of like, to whatever extent, shaping my reality. And it's just really interesting to think about the way that information is available to us today. You were talking about diving into rabbit holes of different music genres. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, like, whenever I get bored or in a depression mode, if you will, I'll just go on YouTube, click rap music or click country music, and just go down this. All right, listen to music I haven't even thought about listening to, and just listen to it. And there are some things I've discovered that I really like. He's kind of well known now, but Nathaniel Rateliff for the Night Sweats. Okay. He has a song S.O.B., but at the time he was just coming up, and I'm really digging this music.
Right.
And so I became a fan, and I saw him live in concert. So, that's what I recommend. Like, let's say if you go to a concert, go to the beginning. See the opening acts.
Right.
See them.
Yeah. So I went to the Bone Thugs and Harmony concert just a couple of weeks ago, and I left before Bone Thugs even got on. Because I went, my buddy Zero, he's a local artist in Boise, and I know him from the gym, basically. He worked at Planet Fitness whenever I first started going there. We got to know each other, and, like, we've just been following each other back and forth on, like, the whole social media thing. Yeah. And so I've been picking up on all of his new albums that he's been releasing, and he's opened for, like, Tech Nine a few times, and just this last time opened for Bone Thugs. And I went there to go see him, and he's just a phenomenal musician and rap artist. It's crazy that, well, to think about, like, I don't know who the person was that you were just referring to, but it's like same kind of deal. This dude's gonna go somewhere, and I've been able to watch it from. I mean, he's been doing it for a while, but before he's ever been super well known, it's really awesome.
Well, like, I'm a fan of Violent Femmes.
Mm-hmm.
Great band.
That's punk, right?
Pop punk ish, something like that. If that's terminology. But their opener sometimes is Brett Newski. He's just a single artist. He's been on NPR. He travels Europe, and like, he has my favorite song it's called Bro Country, and he makes fun of bro country nowadays, like what country has become.
Yeah. Like Rascal Flatts and
like those people, and how everything is regurgitated into the same thing.
Yeah,
and but it's just even worse after the predecessor.
I think that's what irritates me about today's music the most, is that, like, it all sounds the same.
Yeah,
like nobody, like, back when I was growing up, like, you didn't want to sound like Dr. Dre didn't sound like Rakim. Mariah Carey didn't sound like Whitney Houston. Boyz II Men sounded different from The Temptation. Like, it was, you could tell the difference in these acts. And now you throw one of them on, whether it's country or rap or whatever, rock, then it all sounds the same. Like, there's just two producers who are like, this is what's popular, this is what you're going to sing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I can't tell them apart, and I feel like an old man, because I'm like, what is this? This is just noise.
Like, if you put on Josh Turner and Luke Bryan, I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the difference between them and Dierks Bentley and whoever else.
Yeah. This is also one of those things that, like, ties into the idea of mainstream media, like that. All of those artists that you guys just mentioned are super mainstream, and there's a lot of artists that are underground, if you will. That don't sound the same, and they're bringing some very unique stuff to the table, but like we're not exposed to that nearly as much whenever we're so tied into that mainstream media. And so, like, I mean, remember, NF, Nathaniel Farias? NF, he's kind of becoming more mainstream radio stuff now.
Yeah.
He sounds a lot like...
Is it like an Eminem vibe to him?
Yeah, he has a...
Not as angry, but like the kind of... The
more,
type of rap that he does.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He is angry sounding, but it's more like sad anger than like anger I want to kill people anger.
Yeah.
And like I fell into a rabbit hole like 6 years ago and was listening to this dude, and now he's like making it big time and he's more mainstream, and I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I personally don't listen to the radio, but sometimes like I'm in an environment where a radio is playing, and I'm like, okay, I might not listen to this nearly as much anymore because it's on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, and I have a whole lot of different reasons as to why I don't like listening to the like regular radio. Mostly same reason why I don't like to watch TV, like
commercials.
Yeah, fuck commercials. Yeah. I pay for Netflix because I will never watch commercials again on purpose.
That's why I hate Hulu.
Dude, right?
Because you still have to pay and still watch commercials.
Yeah. And granted, they are like, never mind. I don't have anything to say good about that. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff on Hulu, but I'm not gonna pay for it or watch anything on Hulu because of the commercials.
Same thing with
but you can pay to not get commercials too on Hulu.
I'm being exaggerated.
It's like 12.
Yeah, is it only,
that's
is
a
it
lot.
only 12?
It's like $12 a month, and you don't have to. You don't
Are
have
you
to watch
sure
commercials.
of that?
I think so. Yeah.
I think you may be
I
misinformed.
think it's like $12.99. Well, you guys talk. I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy computer machine.
Well, it's like going to the movie theaters now. Like I like to get there early to see the previews.
You
previews
do?
Of movies.
Yeah.
Not commercials.
Right.
And now there's so many more commercials than there are previews, because the previews used to be, I think, that exciting thing, like, oh, that's upcoming. Holy crap, I want to see that movie.
Be here in 3 months for this one.
I could pass on that one, you know?
Yeah.
But that's the excitement of going to the movie theaters.
Absolutely.
And then there's, the other thing that has ruined movie theater experience is human beings who make so much noise, bringing their own lunch and throughout the whole movie.
Let's see. The base plan for Hulu is $5.99 a month, and that's with limited commercials. And then for
like not every 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's not every 5 minutes, but I mean,
no, it's every 10 and a half.
Turning off ads is an add-on that makes it $11.99 a month.
Huh.
So for an extra $6, you can get rid of commercials completely. And
but I could just use Netflix and never have to watch a single commercial ever.
That's fair, but you also have to wait a lot longer for your shows to like show up.
Oh, that's fair, because
Netflix.
they do post up every week on Hulu, huh?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I mean, and then they're also creating content too on Hulu as well, like their own thing. But I feel like there's a lot of stuff that Netflix does that overpowers a lot of other sites like that.
Well, they're getting right up there with like Amazon and Google, Facebook.
Also, is anybody paying us for all this free publicity we're giving to Netflix and Hulu and Amazon? Because cut us a check out there. All right, somebody send us your PayPal information to personalgrowthpod@gmail.com, and we'll get Hulu free for life because we're talking about it on the Personal Growth Podcast. Which, come on.
But I will also say this. Dude, seriously, quit being so concerned about the fucking money, man. The money's going to come. Okay?
It was a joke.
I know, but seriously, it throws me off every fucking time.
I think it's great.
When we're getting 100,000 downloads per episode, you can talk shit about not getting paid by Netflix. And then they'll be like, we should fucking pay them. And we'll have like a referral link set up and everything. And we'll get like $10 every time somebody signs up.
That'll
cool. Come. I promise you.
All right, I was just joking. I don't care. If I was doing this for the money, I would have quit by episode 3. Like, I don't give a shit.